Here's where I am currently on the third Anka polystyrene drawing project. I did some work on this side exclusively using primarily this Sharpie marker and then this one. Just to precisely join these lines I made using the fine point Sharpie marker to continue the top and bottom wrappings onto this side. I used the ultra fine point to end the lines at both sides of the arm on this side. I used these two ultra fine point Sharpie markers to effectively do a bit of the erasing kind of blending for the arm on this side to ensure that none of these new lines would be on the outline of this arm. I've also been working on editing the August 3 My Dinner video project on my laptop through Camtasia 2019. Doing so somewhat shallowly from roughly 7:45 p.m. to roughly 10 p.m. was when I primarily worked on editing that video project. At the start of editing that video project, I assumed that I would be able to just check the end of each raw video clip. Although after a bit, that turned out to not be the case. I recall this video project has roughly 60 raw video clips, which is unusually high even for these days. And it seems like I have to review all of each raw video clip, which as of now I've done for most of them, and I'm most of the way done with editing the August 3 My Dinner video project, though I'm going to be going to bed soon. As today, I fell asleep around 4 in the morning, and then naturally woke up for the first and last time today. 10:15 in the morning, and I got up for today about 15 minutes later. Before I went to bed today, I had a whole big bag of Lay's original baked potato chips. To make a bit of room in our pantry closet. Even though at the time it wasn't completely full, just pretty cluttered and somewhat disorganized. Around 12:30 p.m., I had with a Premier Protein branded vanilla protein shake, a cut up prepared ribeye steak, and 4 sunny side up eggs. I recall sipping at an aluminum can kiwi guava flavored Celsius energy drink. At least finishing it around that time after I finished my first meal of the day. I recall getting it from downstairs sometime between 11:30 in the morning and noon. Then from roughly 4:45 p.m. to about 5:30 p.m., I walked to the local Wegmans of my mom's area to return some containers with 5-cent deposits on them, which exclusively consisted of mostly plastic bottles and some aluminum cans. These containers were all within a moderately full medium gray plastic garbage bag. The same one that always has all of our 5-cent deposit containers. I recall today was cool to the point of what you would expect for an early fall day, which is mildly so, and it was overcast at the time I walked to that local Wegmans. All those clouds were kind of gray. It wasn't raining at all at the time, though the ground was kind of damp. I used the very first container deposit return machine that accepted plastic bottles and aluminum cans, which was the very first one. I was the only one returning container deposits at the time. Those machines are now in a separate transitional area. Between the main supermarket part of the Wegmans and the parking lot of it that was built onto that Wegmans relatively recently. I would say within the last 2 years, but that transitional area has been there for at least a handful of months. And it's in front of the supermarket towards the left side. So ever since the machines were moved to there, I've had to walk a little more to reach them, which I don't mind at all. I primarily do these walks to the local Wegmans of my mom's area for some sunlight and light exercise. This time when I took that one brand of aluminum can, that even though it has a 5-cent deposit for this state, the container deposit return machines won't accept them, saying that the store doesn't accept that brand. But this time customer service accepted them, and I got back $1.80 and got my mom 3 of these for her using some money she gave me. She gave me $12, and 3 of these ended up costing nearly all of that. Of what my mom gave me, all that was left was essentially some spare change. Later on, my mom and I went to our local Lowe's. My mom drove me there so I could help carry what my mom got during the roughly 30-minute or so shopping trip there. In this case, a new 5-level plastic shelving unit with yellow things at the corners that I got the attention of an employee so he could help find that for my mom. It turned out they weren't at their usual spot on the floor, but there were some available, I think, at the front or something like that. My mom also got some new white vents and a thing of white light bulbs for somewhere within the living room. Here's where I am currently on Holy Day City Reloaded. Here's the new event, which I noticed today. I got the all resources times 5 multiplier and the all profits times 3 multiplier. Both a total of 5 times. First getting this multiplier and then this one and then repeating that pattern.